Salute to all the Patreon members. I want to thank you guys for your support. All the subscribers, all the new viewers, I want to thank you guys for your support. Really means a lot. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's get into the video. So the title of this video is How Would I Have Experienced Thailand with the mindset that I have now? For those that don't know, my name is Splashway Beats. I've either been living or traveling abroad for the last, it's going on, it's 2025, 16 years now. All right. I am out the country right now as I'm speaking. Right. Another thing that I need to point out is I grew up in a two-parent household. My mother and father are still married to this day. All right. So if I want, I can go to my mom and dad's house right now while I'm out the country. But soon as I get back on Friday, if I want to, I can go to my mom and dad's house right now, give both of them a hug, give both of them a kiss, sit down in the living room and watch TV together if I want to. I don't really share that enough. All right. I think I'm one of the few Black people that's on social media making videos on YouTube who came from a two-parent household whose parents are still together to this day. All right. And that's important to note, especially what I'm about to say right now. And for those that don't know, I lived in Thailand for 5 years. So my first time going to Thailand was 2014. It was August of 2014. I spent about a month there. Then December of 2015 to December of 2019, I stayed in Thailand and I came back 2020, what was that, 2022 to Thailand, and I left towards the end of the year. All right, so in total, about 5 years I spent. Now, what is a mindset that I have on dating and relationships right now? My mind right now is after that last relationship that I had, you know, things in it, really, I gave it a second try. I ended things around about February of last year. After that relationship, I said to myself, I'll never date another American chick anymore. I'll never date another woman on American soil anymore. Then I got into a little situation with somebody in Canada, and I was like, I'll never date somebody on Canadian soil anymore. All right, because you don't shit where you eat, and I do business in both countries. And when I come to Canada, I'm focused. All right, when I come here, I'm focused. When I have fun, and I want to be in the presence of another woman, I'd rather deal with them in a South American country, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Panama. I would like to go to Costa Rica, Brazil, Colombia one day. But I'd rather just deal with women, be around women and, have an understanding with the women that I deal with in South America. But after the last situation that I was in, the last relationship I was in America, I said to myself, no more. Growing up, seeing my mother and my father, I saw, my dad taught me how to take care of your family, how to treat a woman, and how your wife is supposed to care for you also. My mother taught me that also. How is a wife supposed to care for her man? She didn't sit me down and say, hey, this is the woman you need to choose. My mom never did that. I just saw with her actions. But I also saw my mom nag, bitch, and complain towards a man that paid all of the bills. Uh, Not to say that you don't have any barking rights because a man is paying all the bills, but I saw my wife, I mean, excuse me, I saw my mom bitch nag and complain a lot and to her husband, at her husband. I saw a man who really didn't have the final say in the household. I saw a man seem like he doesn't have a prenuptial agreement. I saw a man tiptoeing, tallying around a household because it's like, yeah, I don't want to lose all my shit. So I don't want her to yell at me. I don't want her to get angry at me. So, I just kind of fall back and I don't want to hear her scream, yell, or whatever. I just fall back and let her do what she do. I also saw that element also. And I said, that could never be me. Right. And I felt that I could find a better woman than somebody like my mom. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure my mother didn't start off acting like that, towards my dad. I'm pretty sure my dad felt that this is the nicest, sweetest woman in the world. I'm going to marry her and, we're going to start a family. My mother came from a two-parent household. Remember, my grandmother and my grandfather pretty much died together. I was happy to have them in my life. Um, my dad, on the other hand, didn't grow up in a two-parent household. All right. So you have a woman who grew up in a two-parent household, but still with a husband, still holding down a household, nagging, bitching, and complaining as old couples do. You got another man who's subservient and kowtowing and has his head down in a relationship, scared to offend his wife and scared to put his foot down on certain things in the marriage. But there are some things that my mom said, hey, don't do that. Your father doesn't like that. Your father's going to be upset if he sees me doing this or this, that, and the third. So there are some things that she knows not to do in a relationship. Either way it goes, it's not my business. It's what I see from a distance. But they're still together and married to this day. All right. From my experience, um, man, um, I've lived with women. There were women that I was dating that I wasn't living with, and I was like, hey, look, why don't we take things to the next level? And look here, this little job that you got at, what's the name of that Japanese store? That's in Thailand. It's kind of like IKEA, but it's like the Japanese version of IKEA. Not Thailand, but Taiwan. I forgot the name of that store that she worked at. I'm like, look here, don't worry about working there. Let's take this to the next level. You come live with me, and you ain't got to work. I'll take care of all the bills. I'll pay all the bills or whatever. Just relax and focus on little side projects and you know things that make you happy that you could probably monetize and turn into a business. She said, hell no. This was in Taiwan. She said, hell no. No, I want to make my own money. Right? Because deep down inside, they know, okay, if he pays all the bills, then there's going to be some rules that he wants me to follow. And they think they're going to be controlled and financially controlled, and things are going to get abusive. And that's not what they want. And things didn't work out later on. I later on just kicked it to the curb. All right. There's women that um you could fill their refrigerator up with food, right? I've dated several women with pets. That one in Taiwan, she had a bunch of pets. My ex, the last relationship in America that I was in, she had pets. The last chick I was dealing with in Canada, she had pets. Right? There was a woman years ago that I was living with in Canada. She had 2 cats, right? Dogs, cats, you name it. It's like it's a package deal with some of these women that you deal with. Like, hey, and these women's pets, they just like me. I'm like the animal whisperer. I pet the dog, pick the cat, I pick up the dog, I pick up the cat. I clean out the litter box, I feed the cat, I feed the dog, I walk the dog, I pick up the shit, right? Animals love me. But that doesn't move the woman that you're with. You see what I'm saying? You do everything for your lady, you do everything for the dog, you do everything for the cat, you do everything for the bird. It's the woman at the end of the day still doesn't give a fuck. The woman at the end of the day will still disrespect you, right? The woman at the end of the day, she still won't take accountability. The woman at the end of the day can't admit her wrongs. The woman at the end of the day will turn things back around on you and say it's your fault. The woman at the end of the day will still talk to other guys on her phone. The woman at the end of the day will still hold on to ex-boyfriend's pictures, right? The woman at the end of the day will still have pictures and videos in her phone of exes and guys that she slept with. The woman at the end of the day will still entertain men in the DMs, right? While they're disrespecting you, the woman at the end of the day will still not even cook a meal for you. You put food in her refrigerator is bone dry, can't even afford food. You fill that refrigerator up in that freezer to the brim. They won't even take the shit out and cook you a meal when you're on your way home. You didn't cook them many meals, you didn't take it out many times. We're like, hey, no, let me get the wine bottle on the menu. Oh, the glass of wine? No, let me get the bottle. All right. You pour out wine for yourself, you pour out wine for her, y'all drinking it up. Hey, let me get another bottle. Fuck it. We chilling. We relaxing. I'm enjoying myself. You want dessert? Hell yeah, I want dessert. All right, hey, get us some dessert. What do you want? Get us something. Bill comes out to $375, $400. Like, all right, it's nothing. Then you give a $50 tip. Hey, it's nothing. What else you want to do? The night is young. Let's have some fun. It's on me. Everything on you. Right? Buy a better TV, buy better furniture, upgrade. That woman will still disrespect the fuck out of you at the end of the day. And it's kind of like, man, I've had better times with hoes than you do with your own girl. Salute the scant dollar. When Cafe Photos was open in Panama, it's like when there was an understanding of why they're there, why I'm here, the business transaction, if y'all know what I mean, the women were bad as fuck at this cafe, right? There was so many women there. It's like most of the women didn't even have a seat to sit in. They're just standing around waiting for a seat to open, hoping that, a man will call them over to have a seat, or a man would grab their hand and pull them out the club, take them to the hotel, fuck them, right? And then they could come back and try to make more money. You see what I'm saying? They were fine. They treated you like you were the sexiest motherfucker on earth if you gave them the time of day. Hand on your shoulder, rubbing your shoulders. They're not in their phone. Hell, they couldn't even be in their phone because they didn't even have no data. They could not be in their phone. 100% of focus is on you. Meanwhile, you got your girl, you paying all the bills, right? You done got rid of some of her debt. And then you sitting at a restaurant and she is in her phone the whole fucking time. She don't even want to have conversation with you. You ask her about a day, she might put the phone down and start talking. You get into a little stories about at work and her family and this and the third. And she doesn't even return the favor and say, hey, what about you? How about your day? Doesn't even do it. Women today, they have little to no relationship skills. Their femininity is gone. Inconsiderate, not caring, not nurturing, no soft skills at all. It's like an empty, hollow shell that most women have today. And it's scary because it's like, why is this person here? Why am I here? And this person might have asked you for a baby, right? And you're going to be one of the many victims that gets a child taken away from you before its earliest memories, before they start developing their earliest memories, which is around about 4 or 5 years old. A child's earliest memories is, yeah, I got a mother and father, but my dad is in another state. My mom is over here, and they've never been together my whole life. As a matter of fact, most kids today probably don't even think that their mother and fathers are supposed to be together. All right. Damn, I'm like 17 minutes in. So let me get into this video because I've talked long enough. I could go on even longer, but you get what I'm trying to say. This has molded my mind to saying, hey, fuck dating, fuck relationships. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Most women in America, they're on the paper chase for money they're not even going to obtain, right? They say that the biggest come up for women to become millionaires and to get their money right, get their paper right, right, is really through marriage and divorce. Only 7% of women make $70,000 or more. 70,000 or more, and that number might be lower, and it's going to go down due to layoffs and AI, right? So I think back and I tried to say to myself, I was like, where was my mind at back in 2014 when I first went to Thailand? When I first moved to Thailand in December of 2015. Remember, I visited Thailand August 2014. I actually moved to Thailand in December 2015. All right. Many people will probably think that, especially women, many women will probably think that, hey, he was just out there fucking women left and right, paying for pussy. I really wasn't. All right. I was not. When I went over there, I had it in my mind that, okay, I've already dealt with women in America. We see how it's going. I've dealt with women in Canada. We see how that went. And I was bored in Calgary. So I'm like, let's see what the dating life is like over in Asia. And Thailand is one of those countries where the divorce rate, well, not the divorce, but the the rate of cheating is the highest in Thailand. I think it's like 60%. The rate of infidelity, excuse me. I think the rate of infidelity is 60% in Thailand amongst women and men. But 60% of women, that means when you get with a woman, there's a 60% chance she's going to step out on you. She's going to cheat on you. She's going to see somebody else, or she might get some money for sex, right? I met a lot of women in Thailand. They had one foot in the streets and one foot in the square world. They got their little job, being being a real estate agent, working a front desk at an apartment complex, working at the grocery store, working in the mall. A lot of these women, they would go to work and they would sell pussy also. Working front desk at a hotel. Some women, they was all into the streets at one point in time and then they got out. Some women, they never went in. Some women, it's like they're so emotionally scarred over nothing, right? Mentally, they're just gone. That they're 36, 37 years old today, living in an apartment by airport. And them apartments by the airport, let me tell you, there's some of the worst. They're living in the worst conditions you could think of. Living by the airport, you could upgrade them. They come to your house, they come to your spot, especially as a black man, a dark-skinned black man. You pull a cute woman, you think, okay, you know, this house she's living, but when she come over to my spot, she's probably going to be safe, comfortable, air conditioning, Tempur-Pedic mattress. Remember, I had a Tempur-Pedic mattress when I was living in Hoi Quang in Bangkok. Tempur-Pedic mattress, wood floor. I had a right by the bed. I had like a big ass window with big ass blinds. And some of the best days I had was just, you waking up next to your girl, you crack open the blinds a little bit and it's pouring down rain. That was like a good ASMR fuck session, relax, right? But most of the relationships that I had in Thailand were long term, right? Some of them off and on. And you're thinking, okay, if a woman is living by the airport in those conditions, no AC, rats, roaches, sharing a bed with family members, stinks, dirty, bathroom looks disgusting, small as hell. You think she would be appreciative when she meets a guy like you and she can stay with you? No, the fuck they don't. Right? They have a lot of women globally have penis envy. They're mad. They're upset. Some of them are upset that they with a black man. I ended up with a black. That's how they say it in Asia. Oh, I'm with a black. They don't say a black man or a black person. They'll say, I'm with a black. They're upset that they're with a black. They start trolling, pump faking, some of them, right? Giving you all sorts of attitude, disrespecting your spot. I'm like, man, my spot compared to yours is heaven, and you're going to disrespect me and disrespect my spot? But I was all about moving to Asia and seeing how the dating market and dating life was over there. I'm like, hey, man, I'm in my mid 20s, in shape, tall. I remember one time I did a live where somebody asked me, like, hey, how would I do in Asia? I'm tall, in shape, doing well for myself. I'm young. I'm like, are you dark skinned? They were like, yeah, don't even fucking matter. You running down your stats like you a woman. You running down your stats like you a woman. Like, hey, women supposed to tell you that they young, in shape, dark skinned. But skin color is everything in Thailand. All right. So when I went to Thailand, approaching a lot of women, it's a lot of rejection. I can handle it, but going to the club sometimes there was rejection. Um, Sometimes you go to the club and a woman sees you, don't say nothing. You don't see them, they see you. And then you'll end up on a dating app and they're like, hey, I saw you in the club last night. Why didn't you say anything? I don't know. I didn't. She was like, I don't know. I was hoping you'd come up to me. I'm like, I didn't even see you. That happened to me several times with women in Thailand. They were on a dating app. I remember one chick said, I go to school with you. I'm like, I do? Yeah. You've seen me before. I'm like, I've never seen you before. We walked past each other many times. Okay, why didn't you say anything? I don't know. Man, I've never seen you. I don't even know. This is my first time seeing you. Right? I ended up with a relationship with her for a little while, for a short period of time. But, you know, dating in Asia is, for brothers, man, it could be just as bad as dating in America because you never know. And sometimes they'll weaponize their culture against you. They'll try to say, hey, we got to do things this way because this is Thai culture, Chinese culture, Japanese culture, this culture. And you as a man, you just want to go along and get along, get sex, easy access to sex. You want to stay in a relationship. So sometimes you go along with it. And then you find out, okay, this woman is bullshitting. She's lying because that's not what they do in their culture. They just say that to get you to do whatever it is that they want you to do. Right? So I went over to Asia with the mindset of I don't know what dating and relationships are like in Asia. I hear that the you know the the marriage rate, the divorce rate is much lower. They stay in their relationships. A lot of guys talk about these women. Let me see for myself. So I had the mindset that when I come over to Asia, that I came over to Asia with an open mind, seeing what the dating market was like. I had this conversation with somebody the other day that spent 7 years. He spent 7 years in Thailand. And I asked him, I said, how many women in those 7 years did you like hook up with? Because he didn't really have any relationships like that. They were all very, very short term, like not even, it didn't even last like more than a couple weeks with these women that he was with. He was like, yeah, he said he only hooked up with like 12 women. And he said that he's like, with the mindset that I have today, he goes, if I were to go back today, I would go through 12 women in 3 days. And it's like, you see what I'm saying? 12 women in 7 years, but with the mindset now, 12 women in 3 days. Because like this mindset that women have in the West that a lot of men are complaining about, it's in Asia. It's heavily prevalent in Asia. It's been that way, right? Remember, I first went to Thailand in 2014, 11 years ago, and didn't really see dating and relationships like that out there amongst brothers, right? And if they were in a relationship, they were in relationships with big women, and that was single mothers. All right, it was always something weird. I remember there's one brother, he was a jeweler. And he was like, yeah, I own this condo here and I own this condo over here. I own two condos next door to each other because I cut my jewels over here. I cut my gems over here and then I live over here. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And he kept talking to me, telling me about his wife. I'm gonna find out like his wife, like she was cooking or whatever, But his wife was like, she had 2 kids already. I don't know about if they were with one guy or 2 different guys, but she already had 2 kids when she met him. So I'm like, I stopped hanging out with him. I was like, I don't want to hang out with this loser. I'm watching how he's handling business, doing business with the East Indians over in the gym district, cutting the gyms. I'm like, man, I want to get in on this business. And he's put me down, but it's like, how is somebody going? I mean, anybody can care for you and show you the way, but how is somebody going to put me down and they don't even respect themselves? You're going to have respect for me to put me down with you, but you don't even respect yourself. So I stopped. I didn't even want to be around him. This is Dusty. All right. I didn't really meet one brother in Asia who had like a good relationship with a bad bitch, with a cute woman over in Thailand. And remember, like I've showed you one girl who got ass and titties, cute face, right? I didn't show her face, but I showed her backside, and brothers was like, "Damn, I see you. Damn, you was with her in Thailand." Yeah, but see, her like she I was on and off with her. She got like just bipolar issues. She just got issues, low self-esteem, just issues. Every once in a while, it's like she just spazzes out, low self-esteem, um, issues, disrespectful, you know. She didn't have any kids, no relationship skills at all. Hasn't even really been in a relationship. She's just a cute, sexy looking chick with a weird mentality, right? All her friends was getting married. I'm like, damn, all your friends are getting married except you because mentally you're so fucked up. You can't even stay in a relationship long enough with a guy to where he wants to walk you down an aisle because your mind is gone. So we was always kind of off and on. Then I dated another chick. Um, she was a college student. Mother was a single mother, Chinese stepdad. Right. Then I dated a Korean who was an exchange student. Right. Then I was seeing a chick. She was a she was a single mother, and I was just like, man, I can't do it. I didn't come all the way over here for this. Right. Then one chick I was seeing for a little while, she was okay, but her feet stank. I'm like, I can't fuck with no chick who feet is like this anymore. You know, there was another chick, she worked at a jewelry store, but I'm like, where you stay at? Well, I stay over here. I'm like, you stay in that? You stay in that rat's nest over there? Never wanted to come over my spot, even though my spot was cleaner, safer, more sanitary. Just penis envy, jealousy, and just ego. Nah, I'm not going over there. I don't go to you. You come to me. There's a lot of Thai women like that. Thai women are like that. You get on dating apps, Thai women will be like, all right, what's up? All right, I ain't doing nothing tonight. Come through and you know, we can get it in. I'm like, where you stay at? Man, they dropped the low. And I'm like, bitch, you stay in the trenches. Nah, come over here. I'm in IDO, right? I'm in SO, I'm in IDO, I'm in Lupini. I'm in what's that other one called? That other popular chain of condominiums. Supply. I'm in Supply. I'm in IDO. I'm in SO. I'm in Lumpini. When you go to Thailand, you'll see these condominiums, these chain condominiums around, these luxury condominiums with the name around. Come on, come to my spot. It's way nicer. Just nah. You probably ain't got no AC come through. No, no, I'm not going to you. You come to me. Right? Just that masculine ego. And I just couldn't I couldn't do it. I went over to Taiwan. Taiwan is a totally different story. I've gotten into Taiwan talking about that before. And there's a lot of loser women. Not the women who are married, of course, but the women who are single and dating foreigners. There's a lot of loser women in Taiwan. All right. But if I would have the mentality now, the mentality that I have now, if I would have had that back then, um, I would have been a savage for real. I probably would have had two different girls every single week. And some of them I probably call back because I mean, there's enough women who are selling, who are prostitutes over in Thailand to where you could have damn near a different chick every night of the week if you want to. Not even the same ones, but me, I probably would have just kept it cool and would have done like two per week, two new girls per week. Some of them I call back. So that's like going through 104 girls a year, right? But that would have been cheaper than having a girlfriend. Y'all understand? Because them women, they was only selling it for like 50, $45, 50. Some of them were going as low as $30. They were looking good. They were looking right. Hey, I want to go on vacation over here to what's that one spot? Um, Damn, I can't even think of that one resort. It's in I can't even think of it. It's west of Bangkok. It's about 4 hours away from Bangkok, right? Going west. And it's like a huge resort over there. And it's like, you could easily say, hey, look, you kick it with me. We're gonna go to this resort for like 5 days. You just come with me. This all I need. How much you want for that? Give me the girlfriend experience. It's probably next to nothing. I bet. But some of these women, um, they're so conscious of who's looking at them, especially with the race of the guy that's around them, that it like you probably start off going over there thinking, okay, I'm gonna enjoy my 5 days with her. And then by day two, you ready to kick her out and send her back home because she worried about what everybody thinks of her being with you, some dark-skinned black man saying things to her, saying little slick shit. Then she has an attitude. Then she want her money, all her money right then and there. And you don't ever do that. I learned that in Thailand, well, anywhere in Asia, you don't ever give your money all up front to anybody over there, whether it's a condo, right? A vehicle, if you're financing, or if you're leasing a condo, or or if you're dealing with a woman, and let's say, all right, for 5 days, she talking about, all right, pay me $500, and we can have a good time, yada yada yada. You don't ever want to give anybody all that money up front. I know somebody for the first year, he paid off the landlord the entire month, the entire year's rent. I'm like, you don't ever do that because when they don't fix something that they're supposed to, they get lazy, they don't want to fix it, and something's off, or there's a flooding that happens, or any sort of natural disaster, or things are falling apart in the apartment, they don't want to fix it or whatever, and you like, man, I'm out of here. Give me back my money. They will not give you back that money. There's no refunds in Asia. Whatever you pay, you're not going to get it back. So you show up and day two, she got an attitude and you didn't already gave her money that she asked for 5 days. She just going to bounce and leave and be like, well, fuck him. I already got my money. What do I need to do anything for? He's just a black guy. Who's he going to complain to? What's he going to do to me? Where is he going to find me at? I gave him a fake name. I told him my name was Soda. My name is not Soda, right? You can't look nobody up like you can in America. There's nothing you could do. You can't go to authorities, right? It's so, you know, I know the culture enough over there to know how to move and to navigate, right? It's best to just not set up anything for long term, but just do things hourly with somebody over there. Do things a day at a time, go hourly, right? I would have done that twice a week, but I'm glad I didn't have that mindset back then, because if I had the mindset that I got now back then, I probably wouldn't have left. I'd probably still be there right now. And I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now. And I'm happy, with the position that I'm in right now. I would have stayed in Thailand and missed out on a great opportunity over here, right? But those women over there, it's you can, I mean, any given point in time, you're like, man, I really need it right now. See, right now, where I'm at is 10:15 at night. I could literally, I have thousands of options right now if I was in Bangkok. I'm like, I want something short, thick lips, big titties, slim. That's what I want. And you can find that. And it's only going for like $40, $50, right? I don't have to worry about other guys she's talking to. I don't have to worry about if she's cheating or not. I don't have to worry about her being ungrateful. I don't have to worry about her not taking accountability. I don't have to worry about her being disrespectful. Well, I mean, you do kind of to a certain degree. I don't have to worry about her being appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about her getting to see the vision on anything, getting to see all the things that I've done for. I don't have to worry about that, and I don't give a shit. Right? Bring that ass here, bend over, let me get this nut, and then I'll send you about your way. And here's a tip. If you are nice, here's a tip. All right? And go. Dating and relationships right now, at this moment in time, it is not worth it's not worth it. It is not worth it at all. You spend all this money, caring for somebody that, you know, you think you can have a future with, and they don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. They don't see nothing. They don't respect nothing. They don't appreciate nothing. People change after a while. I don't have to worry about this hoe who's coming through changing on me or not, right? If I would have had the mindset that I have now back then, man, look, it would have been twice a week. Some people I've heard have gotten drugged and robbed. That's why I say some of them women I would have called back. If there's a trust there, everything went well, I'd have called them back, right? Um, I'd have paid for women to just like, hey, let's come through. do our thing, fuck, go out, get something to eat, come back, fall asleep. And then, I got to go to school. You going about your way in the morning time. All right. No women like that. And if I like you enough, I'll call you back next week. Or I'll call you back, on the weekend or whatever. I'm the type of guy where it's kind of like, hey, look, I've already had enough pussy for the week. It's just I want to go someplace fly and get something to eat. I want to go to the movies. I want you to come along. I want to look good going out. I want to dress up, go to the movies, look good, wear your heels. This is the premiere of this movie. It's a Friday night. A lot of people are going to be there. It's a nice movie theater. I'm going to go because in Siam Paragon Mall and Icon Siam, they got these lavish movie theaters. Now I want to go in the movie theater with the beds and, I want us to just lounge and lay back in the bed. I just want to kick it with somebody who looks cute, sexy while I'm watching the movies and shit like that. How much is that going to be? It's probably going to be next to nothing. $30, $40. Less than what you would pay for your girl back in America to give you attention, to put down the fucking phone. Right? Because you can tell her, like, hey, look, I'll pay you this money, but the number one rule is, well, obviously show me a good time, but one of my main rules, no cell phones. Don't be trying to, right? Your time with me is your time with me. Don't try to book other sessions with somebody else while you with me. Handle that before you get there with me. And our time, whether it's 2-3 hours, turn your motherfucking phone off. You can determine that. You can say that. If I see you with that phone out, right, set your alarm or whatever. But if I see you with that phone, texting, calling people, this, that, and the third, I'm not paying you. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, like, brothers, they get into you stuck in between a rock and a hard place because you invested so much into your girl. You done poured so much into your girl. And now that she feels comfortable in a relationship, this bitch got her phone out the whole fucking time. Her phone is just going off. And it's like, who the fuck is that texting you? In the bed, her phone is just going off. At the restaurant, her phone is just going off. She ain't no businesswoman, right? You work at Target. You not a businesswoman. Turn your motherfucking phone off when you with me. Right? And if we live together, then look, man, whoever the fuck is that blowing up your if it's friends and they're single, you should have been cut them off. Right? Especially with if you got somebody around me like me, I'm not saying I'm just top tier. I'm the best of the best, the purest of the pure of any man that's out here in a woman's eyes. But look, man, I'm a top 10 percenter, if you know what that means. I'm a top 10 percenter. I need that level of respect, especially if we're in a relationship. But women, they don't care. They don't get it. They don't see it. And when you demand that level of respect, you abuse it. They say, who the fuck is you? You ain't nobody. Right? You're not even top priority on their list, right? A woman who I could take. See, there was a survey that was done. I forgot what publication put this out, but they did a survey asking women and men, whoever's in a relationship, what is the top priority, or who is the top priority, who or what is top priority on your list when you're in a relationship with somebody. Men said family and children. They had at the top of their list. Then their career, the job, mother and father, and then everything else, right? Gym, health, but they had family at the top of the list. Most of the guys, most women, they had their man at like number 9, number 7 on their list. They had their career at the top of the list. They had their friends at number 2. They had their mom and dad at number 3. They had their dog and their pets number 4. They had their health number 5. You know, they had yoga number 6. Right? They had a pumpkin spice latte number 7. Then their man was at number 8. The motherfucker who's paying all the bills at number 8. Why do I want to be in a relationship with somebody like that? Why? Bitch, I'm literally a lifesaver for you. And I'm number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8 in your life. You strong and independent and don't need a man. Well, let me actually just do transactional situationships with women who are strong, independent, and don't need a man. Let me just, hey, all right, you strong, independent, don't need a man. You find how much is it going to be for about an hour? Right? How much is it going to be for the day? How much is it going to be for the weekend? All right. How much? Let's get this over with because I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I really don't have the respect for y'all no more. How much is it going to be? See, in Thailand, it's like that's all around you. The only drawback is like, you can't. Sometimes you can't really book anything long term with some of those women. They renege a lot, and you're just gonna have to do it, hourly, in private, behind closed doors. Like, hey, look, I want somebody who, I want this many hours overnight. I'm just feeling cuddly tonight. How much? Man, get that money. Go ahead, tell her to go, you know, build up a reputation so you get some perks later on and you sharing. Cause that's what you're doing anyways with your girl. You sharing. Right. And you the 8th one on her list that you gotta pull attention from her from. Right. You paying all the bills. You don't even get a cooked meal when you get home. Most guys thought if all it takes is money, and I'll be able to get a woman. Man, on Patreon, I showed you guys like what a couple weeks ago of that guy on Instagram who said he had an online e-commerce building business where he was making millions from. Brother with the throwback hairline with the dreads, and he was shitting and shaming on a lot of brothers for being broke and not paying all the bills and going 50-50. He even brought his daughter downstairs and say, what I teach you about these men. Don't go 50-50 with no man. See, I don't allow my woman to go 50-50 with me. I pay all the bills and look how I'm living. I'm teaching that to my daughters, and I damn sure ain't letting none of y'all sons come around my daughter with that 50-50 bullshit. Real men pay 100% of the bills. That's how I got a woman. I got a wife. I got kids. I'm out. Now he's divorced. Right. And I bet in the back of his mind, where did I go wrong? This money shit, it don't mean nothing. And people in the comments section, they was responding to him like, hey man, all that money, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean shit. Women, man, they miss the streets when they with you. They feel controlled. You taking the independence away when you paying all of the bills. She ain't seen a bill in 8 years. Right? So if I'd have had the mindset that I have now, as I did back then, man, 2 different girls a week, right? Just straight sex. And then maybe maybe one of those girls, or I'll get another girl for date night. Well, I would just pay for date night. That's it. I'm doing it like when you got a woman, you doing all this shit anyway. You got a mortgage for a house that you don't even want to live in, that you don't even need. So you're overpaying every single month. She got all the goddamn lights on all the fucking time, taking 2-hour showers, right? Charging up the fuck out of your credit card, buying all this shit from the grocery store, right? Getting all this shit done. That she need to be pampered. You spending all that anyways, right? You spending all that anyways for somebody who has no conversation, can't let her ratchet ass mama go, can't let her pookie boyfriend go, entertained by the guys at her job that want to holler at her, that are hollering at her, entertained by the DMs on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. Just entertained, want to be seen and entertained by these men. And you doing all this shit, you funding a lifestyle for her, busting your ass. And at the end of the day, she don't want to let the streets go. She don't want to let the childish shit go. She don't want to be an adult and take accountability or say I'm sorry or respect you and your time and everything you providing. And you know what? Hey man, that's cool. That is cool, right? Because more than likely the woman that you with that's doing all this shit to you, she's average. I can get a woman with above average looks and it's gonna cost me less. It's gonna cost me less. And you know what? That gives me enough to pamper myself. Because you fall back from some of the things that you want, and it's like, damn, I like, you can't get a motorcycle because you got a wife and kids. She tell you, no, you got a family now, kids, you don't get no motorcycle, and you can't even afford one, right? You can't get that muscle car that you want. You can't get that truck that you want. You got to get that Camry, right? You can't live in a 1 bedroom and, you know, get the vehicles and the clothes and the watch and everything that you want because you got a family now. I had a homie. I've had several friends that had kids, but one guy in particular, he was making good money. He was just like, I'm kind of envious of you. I'm like, why? Because he's like, man, when you get money, you put that away, you put that in index funds, and you treat yourself. He goes, when I get money, because he got like 5 or 6 kids. He's like, when I get money, all that shit is gone. After pay the bills and take care of everybody, all of it is gone. So there's nothing left for me anymore. Right? So, but see, Thailand is like, for you to get money, you basically, you get money through retirement somehow, some way, inheritance, or some sort of online business. You franchise into a business. Some business that you have is bringing you, that you own, or you franchise in, is bringing you income, monthly income, or whatever. Or you teaching English. There's no money in teaching English over in Thailand. You can't have 2 women a week, every week in Thailand. If you teach in English, you got to do something else besides that. So if you're seeing like $4,000 a month, you could do that. 2 women, 3 women a week, right? 2 for sex, 1 for outings. And, I, that gets rid of all the disrespect. I remember one time, I think I still got a picture of her. I remember one time I met this chick. She was fine. She was a what do you call them? A flight attendant. She was a flight attendant, fine as hell. We on a date. She was cool with being seen out in public, hanging out, whatever. After that date, I didn't hang out with her no more. I didn't hear from her no more. I didn't see her no more. Right? I took her out to eat and everything. It was just like I didn't see or hear from her anymore. Now, a woman like her who's in the game out there, and she was fine as shit too. A woman like her, there's women that pretty that are, they got their feet in the game, 10 toes down in the game out there. A woman like that, you know, you can say, hey, look, I want to go here. I want to be seen. I want to be seen with a beautiful woman, eat, I'll feed you or whatever. Don't worry about eating. Eat, do the date night and have sex. It's the whole girlfriend experience. Date night, have sex. How much is that going to cost? Pay her, boom. And you still got access to her again. You just got to pay the fee, which is very cheap over there in Thailand. And you got a beautiful woman on your arms. There's been every woman that I've ever dated, in Asia, especially in Thailand, they all look good, right? But, it came at a cost that I didn't need to experience, right? At the moment in time when you're not appreciative, you're dealing with a bipolar issues, um, the past is affecting the present, right? Or pump faking or whatever. When women are about that money, it's like you always got access to them if you got the money ready and everything went good the last time and there's a comfortability there, there's a respect level there, and it's like you still got access and they about that money. You can schedule, more than likely you can schedule day and time with the hopes of them not pump faking as bad as what some of these other women do. I remember one time, and just having beautiful women on your arms, it's like that attracts other women. I remember there was a chick, I went to university in Bangkok. There was this one chick, she was fine as hell. I went to school and I was friends with her. And she was dating the first semester I was there, she was dating this guy. And she was from Burma. She was fine as hell. She was dating this guy who had like he was like kind of handicapped. I think he was from Idaho or South Dakota, something like that. Right? And she was with him for a semester, then they broke up. So then she was back single. We were friends, but sometimes it was like a flirtatious vibe between the both of us. I wasn't trying to fuck with nobody at the school, right? And she was kind of weird, real square. She seemed like one of them chicks where if you did ask her out, she'd probably make it seem like you gotta work for her and to see if she'll come around. And she seemed real wishy-washy anyway, so I didn't really want to deal with it. I just kept it plain Jane, respectful, professional at the school because we went a lot of classes and we would do projects with each other. I trusted her intellect and she trusted my intellect to get the jobs done. So we were cool. But I remember one time I'm out with my chick and mind you, my chick got the chick that I showed you on live before with the ass and titties and the long hair. I showed up to Terminal 21 with her and that Burma chick, the Burmese chick, she was standing at the doorway and she saw me. She was like, "Oh, hi, hey." I'm like, "Hey, hold on, hey, how's it going? Hey," because my other chick, she didn't know I went to school. I didn't tell her that I went to school because I didn't want, because there was a lot of Asian women, Thai women that spaz out and they'll get you caught up. If they know too much about you, they'll get you caught up and they can make your life a living hell. Like, so they'll call up to the school and they can make up a whole bunch of lies and the school will believe it and probably kick you out of the school if they want to, believing another Thai woman, right? No investigation, no, whatever somebody Thai said, we believe it. So I never told women that I was dating that I went to school, right? I never told them I went to school. I just like, hey, you know, I'm a businessman out here, which I wasn't. So she was all over me. Hey, hey, hi, hi. I'm like, hey, hi, bye, take care. And she had this look of sadness on her face, just like, damn, he curved me, which me and her went together anyways. Like we never texted each other back and forth, even though we had each other's contact information. Man, I remember that next day, this is the first time she had texted me. She was just like, man, what was that all about the last time? Like, you know, like you didn't want to say hi to me. Like I was real sad after that. So like, yo, I'm with my girl. She doesn't know you. And she's confused as to how you know her. And you know, like you can't be like if you see me with a girl, just kind of you ain't even got proper etiquette. You see a man with a girl, you just don't jump to him and start hugging him and come on, like you know the skull. You don't be doing that. I'm with my girl. Oh, I didn't know you had a girlfriend and yada yada. Just like, hey, like I mean, we ain't got that kind of relationship where you know all about my business and the women I deal with. Like, right? Now, the girl I was with, she had a cute face, but her body was on point, right? The Burmese chick body was just average. It wasn't anything special, but her face card was better than my girl. Her face was just way, way better than my girl. All right. But I'll never forget that. Like some of the women when they see you out, I ran into several women that I went to school with out in public. Sometimes they saw me with my girl, right? They was like, we go back to the schoolhouse, they'd be like, damn, I saw you out there. Who was that you was with? That was my girl. As a matter of fact, I remember this one Chinese dude, this little fuckhead. I didn't like him. This Chinese dude, he saw me with my girl once. And he was just like, damn, I saw you with a girl. Like, was that your friend? Or I'm like, no, that was my girl. He's like, that's your girlfriend? A lot of people were shocked that, and they would react that way on purpose. Oh, you have a girlfriend? Like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm a human being. Why I'm a man. Why wouldn't I have a girl? Why is that so hard to believe? You know what I'm saying? Because you black and there's somebody out there that likes somebody that fine out there likes you. Yeah, motherfucker, that's my girl. So what did y'all do? I remember he said that. What did y'all do? I said, so me and my girl, like that new movie came out and we saw it. Then what did you do afterwards? We got something to eat. Oh, so then what did you do afterwards? Things were getting late, so we went back to my condo. Oh, excuse me. So she went back to your place? Yeah. Did she go home that night? I was like, no, she spent the night at my spot. Oh, so so what did y'all do when she slept in your bed? Yeah. So what did y'all do after that? Did you do anything? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, we did what adults do. Are you a virgin or something? And I almost forgot. Yeah, he's Chinese. He probably is a virgin. He's trying. He is. It's just. It's fucking with him knowing that a black man is is getting sex and he's not. Right. Remember, there's like 30 million more men in China than there are women. It's very, very bad for them, dating wise in China. Right. Salute to SML too. Burmese girls are known for having a shape. She like her shape wasn't bad. It wasn't better than my girls, but her face card was like she was a 10 in the face. Now my chick, she I would have to give her like a high 6, a low 7 because she had braces for a very long time, but she was very cute in the face. Really long hair, but her body was like on point. She had ass and titties, nice feet, but it was um the Burmese chick, her face looked better. As a matter of fact, I give her like I'd give actually my girl, I'd give us a high 7. I take that back. I'd give her a high 7. But the Burmese chick, she just looked better. But yeah, man, people go crazy when they see a brother with a nice looking woman on their arms. Like if you can find a woman who's comfortable being out with you in public, because you didn't see that a lot. You didn't see brothers with like fine, beautiful women out in public like that in Thailand because number one, brothers just weren't paying for it. For brothers didn't pay like that. And number two, like some women, they just don't want to be seen with you in public like that. Right. Men go over there because they want to be liked. Men holler at women, and black men are now in the, you know, the transactional situationship, money for sex, money exchange for sex game now because, a lot of brothers are fed up. Um, the dating market is totally different. The verbiage out there on different platforms is different. Right. But back then, 2014, 2015, you was looked down upon and still like if you was paying for sex. So I still had that mindset back then. I knew brothers who always paid for sex, but they were this one guy that I knew, he was Canadian. So he had a different mindset, but he had a lot of fun. Right. The Philippines, Thailand. I mean, he would literally go through multiple women in a day. In a day. Right. In a day. So I wasn't on that back then, but had I been on that back then, I probably wouldn't be in America now. I think my Patreon page would be a lot more exciting. But I was all about dating and relationships because I was trying to give the dating scene in Asia a try. And, that failed me. Things didn't go the way I would have liked it to go. So obviously, I was in a few relationships, but I have nothing to show for it. And then when I went to Taiwan, it was even worse. There was a lot of loser women out there in Taiwan. And then even the women in the streets like that, they weren't even there were far few in between. But see, nowadays, depending on which country you go to, it's like you don't even have to go to certain websites for that. You could be on a dating app and be like, "Hey, look, I want to have a good time. I'll take care of your needs, for a good time." Like, I got something lined up in the Dominican Republic next month with this one chick. Shit, she was sending me feet pictures today. Feet look real nice, body nice, right? She looks sexy with glasses on and off, body right. She was like, "Look, whatever you want, I'll attend to you for, you say you'll be here for a week. I'll attend to you for the entire week. I won't worry about work or anything like that. I'll just attend to you. Just take care of like my tuition or whatever. Help me out a little bit with the tuition." I was like, this bitch said tuition. I was like, how much is that? She's like, it's around about 9,300 Dominican pesos. I did the math. That shit came out to like 155. I was like, that's it for a week? I was like, shit. Yes, yes. All right, yeah. No, hey, don't even. I'll give you more than that. Don't even worry for a week. Yeah, I got you. Don't don't even worry. Right, and everything else will be on me. Food. We go to the club. You just show up looking nice, and you put that pussy on me. She was like, are you gonna kiss me all over my body? I like that. I'm like, you ain't even got to ask me. You didn't have to ask. I was already gonna do that anyway. It's like, yeah. So certain countries, Thailand being one of them, Philippines being one of them, it's like a lot of women out there, they for sale. But um I want to deal with women closer. But as far as Thailand, see, the only thing is the thing about brothers is we want women that, you know, have a desire to want to be with us, care for us, respect us, love us. See, the problem is, it's like when you are on that path where it's like, hey, I'm not in any monogamous relationships. I'm just paying for situationships. When you're on that path, that's when you find women. That's when the women who really have a good heart and care about the person they're with, that's when they come around. And you're not even on that type of time. That's the problem. Opposites attract. So the women that you were looking for, when you were looking for it, you couldn't find it. Now that you out here being a hoe, that those women now they come around and they want to cook clean and be appreciative and praise you like you Jesus Christ. Now they doing all the things that you wanted from a. They doing all those things for you now, right? So that, sadly enough, that's how life works. All right, but I would have. I would have tried to look for women in Chiang Mai. I obviously would have looked for women in Pattaya. Well, not Pattaya, Phuket, right? Or I ought to look for women that, I could travel to these places with. Or I would have looked for women who like I really trusted. Like I probably met up with her 6 or 7 times. And I'm like, okay, she does good business with me. I you know, everything's gone good. Look, why don't I book us a trip to go to Singapore? You want to go to Singapore? I want to go to Singapore, take pictures, do the damn thing over there. I pay for everything. And how much you want on top of that? How many days we're gonna be there? 3 days. Okay, just pay me this much. It's next to nothing that they want. It's like, hey, shit, fuck it. I gotta. We going to Singapore. Hell, you could do that right now. You could book a flight to Singapore and get one of them working girls from Thailand to meet you there. Book a ticket for her if she shows up. Right, that's the only thing. Right, people be pump faking. It's like, I'll pay you this on top of that. We'll spend a couple of days with each other. If you can get women to actually show up on that plane, if you stay in Singapore for 7 days, you can literally fly one chick in for 3, send her back, then fly another chick in for 4, and enjoy your time in Singapore that way. From Thailand. And the flight from Thailand to Singapore is like what? Round trip like $150. They fly Scoot. The airline is Scoot. That's like the Spirit of Asia, Scoot. Scoot goes to Taiwan also. You could take Scoot flights to Taiwan or Singapore. It's like $150 round trip. And, enjoy yourself. You could tell women like, hey, look, I only fuck raw. So I'm going to pay you for you to get tested. I'm going to get tested. I'll show you my results. You show me your results. Don't fuck nobody until I get there. Bam. And y'all fucking raw the whole time. you know, Doing a boyfriend girlfriend thing. She in Singapore, so there's nobody from her culture that's around that's gonna harass the both of y'all. Nobody speaks Thai. She barely speaks English. Everybody only speaks English. They don't care because they know that she's not Chinese or Singaporean. Oh, she must be Thai. Right. So you got a baddie on your arms going through Singapore. I know brothers who done that. Right. But I know brothers who went over to Thailand just to holler at women in the clubs. Where do they go? They go to 808 or Flex and they get some of the worst, the most disgusting, atrocious women who are fucking for free in a club. And it's cost them too. It's cost them a lot of heartache and grief. And they got stories. Look at that one dude who thought he was going to get it for free. But I have to blame that on the woman because she probably presented herself like she wasn't a working girl, then asked and reneged, then asked for money in the morning. And when he said, no, you never told me that you was a working girl, then she took out a knife and tried to stab him with it. And either she got it. This how masculine women are becoming, especially Asian women, where that man was struggling with that Asian woman. That live stream that I did, that man was struggling with an Asian woman. He couldn't wrestle her and throw her out the condo, out the hotel. He could not get her out of that video was a couple minutes long. I know my strength. A woman like that, and she grabbed the knife, that video would have only been like 10, maybe 15 seconds. Struggle to get the door. Once I got the door open, I'm throwing you down the hallway. I'm picking you up and I'm throwing you down the hallway, and you're going to hit your head. And hopefully I got my key on me and the door don't slam behind me. Hopefully I got my room key behind me. But I'm picking you up and I'm throwing you. But that's the thing. Most of these women, and that's how you get around it, because he met her at the club. Look, fellas, like, stop trying to holler at women for free, especially when you go over to Asia. Just come at them saying, hey, don't worry, I'll I'll give you a little something before you leave. I know guys where they didn't want to pay because they never told them in the beginning, and women have damaged the room and they end up having to pay for it. Right? Breaking shit in the room. So, man, I know, like, At that time, you probably would have never not have seen me with a girl if I had the mindset that I have now, and they would have been bad, and I would have attracted other girls, and them other girls would be like, "How can I get on your team? I seen you come to this same club 3 weekends in a row. You had 3 bitches with you, all different. They all bad. How can I get on your team?" And that's the one you kind of keep around, and it's not transactional. You can call her up 3 days a week. You can have raw sex with her. Not to say to trust her, but and not to say it's gonna last. It's gonna be temporary, but that one you can have your fun with for a little while, and you got them butterflies and everything. And she's putting her best foot forward, and she's calling you baby and sweetie, and she's coming over cooking for you naked with an apron on, ass out, wanting you to spank her, wanting you to fuck her while she's cooking. Them the kind of women, when she see you with other girls, now she want to be on your team. But man, always approach these women with like, look, what's it gonna cost to get cooperation? Look, I don't care what your baby daddy or the obligations you have to your husband or, your boyfriend or a dude from high school that's still trying to holler at you. How much is it going to be? That's all I want to know. How much? Okay, good. I got it taken care of. Don't worry. I got it taken care of. Make sure your phone is off or on airplane mode when we're around each other. You got to give me your undivided attention. And if you show me a good time, I'll tip you. I'll give you more than what you're asking for. Deal, deal. All right, we going here, we going there, because there's a lot of fly spots to go to, and so many times it's like, if you in and out of a relationship, you got to go to some of the fly spots in Bangkok by yourself. You going to Icon Siam by yourself. You going to Siam Paragon by yourself. Since I left, they've opened up like 2 new malls, right? You going to these places by yourself at night. You riding that little riverboat by yourself. You going to the night trade market by yourself. You going to the street mall by yourself. You going to Esplanade by yourself. What's that? Uh, what's that one spot on the east side? What is that called? You going to Bering by yourself. Damn, I'm drawing a blank right now. What's that one spot I used to go to all the time on the east side of Bangkok where they got that IKEA over there, that area? You go into these areas by yourself, and at times you just get tired of it, and it's not that expensive, right? I used to go to 7th Street Bistro Cafe, and um, that was a fly little spot. I used to take this one girl who I was seeing. I used to take her there a couple times, and we had a good time there. The vibe was cool. The music was good. We had our little drinks. She was cooperative. But it's like, man, when you go there with different women, it's like that looks even flyer. You know, you go to a spot, they got beautiful servers, they got cute Thai servers there, right? They cute. They ask you, you know, the waitresses are fine. They see you like, damn, this dude every weekend, this whole month, he's came in with 4 different women, fine as hell. Some of them trying to holler at you. Then the 5th week you go there by yourself. They're like, oh damn, where your women at? Like, hey, I'm just taking a break. What's happening? Are you with those women or this that? They ask you questions trying to get to know you. I mean, we just friends. Wow, what's up? They trying to be on your team. Damn, like what's it about you that you can attract? You black and these bad bitches are on you. They're just, you sure they're just friends? Are they just friends? All right. You ain't got a girlfriend. Well, all right, fuck it. I'm trying to be on your team. What's happening? That's steak houses, Japanese sushi houses. You know, there was so many times I just went out by myself, So, I mean, there were times I didn't go out by myself. There were so many times I went out by myself when I didn't have to. Didn't have to. You could pay for any occasion, right? I want to go to a rooftop club, buy abroad, book a chick's time. All right, you don't come through with me. I'm gonna dress up because sometimes I like getting dressed up. Christian Louis Vuitton, Christian Louis Vuitton loafers, right? I like getting dressed up too. Let's go to this rooftop bar, rooftop club. You coming with me? We vibing, and then I'm gonna take you back home that night, and smut you out, pay your fee, and then you can go. Bye, right? People at that club, they know. Okay, damn, this man, he got him. He getting them. He got them. Right? There's a certain level of respect you getting from people there, from the men and the women. Mainly, you worried about the women, right? Other women, they see you with other women, especially in Thailand, because that chick never texted me. It was understanding we just classmates. Never texted me until she saw me out with my girl, and that was an hourglass Coke bottle frame, and she was like, "Oh, I was so sad when you didn't say anything." I was just like, "Man, I'm with my bitch. Like, come on now. Like, she don't know you. I'm getting questioned that night. I'm like, I ain't gonna get no pussy that night if she thinking that you on me because we together when we're not together." Oh, I didn't know you had a girl. I didn't know that was your girl. What you mean? If I'm out with a chick and she's not a student at the school, you've never seen her on campus, what you think? And it's like it was at night too. What you think we doing? Who do you think she is? Come on now. So yeah. Anyways, my experience in Thailand, it would have been a whole lot different. Like I said, two girls at night, two girls for sex at night, one girl for possibly sex at night, but one girl out of the week to go on dates with, just to be like, all right. And it wouldn't have cost nothing. Them two girls to smash, it'd have been $100 for the both of them. And a date night, because most women they charging like 45, 60, to, $30 for like an hour or whatever. So 45, well, let's just round 50, 50, 100. That's two girls. And then, like on a Saturday, be like, look, we going to kick it from like 9 to 1 for about 3, 4 hours. Right? How much is that going to cost? Just us going out, hanging out. They might say that's 100 in Thailand. So you spent $200 for the week. You done fuck two girls. You might be able to still fuck her. Right? You fed the third girl, gave her drinks. Now she's like, hey, I mean, with that 100, like, I'll still give you some pussy. So you fucked three girls, took her out, right? That's 200, and plus like whatever you spent on that date with girl number 3. So let's add like another 120, 4,000 baht for like food, drinks, whatever. Yeah, that's $300, right? Do you know how many times I spent $300 on my ex-girlfriends in a night when we are going on a date and they on their fucking phone the whole time? They're not conversating at all. no conversation, on their phone, unappreciative. They'll end up getting sex tonight. Yes, but it's like, damn, bitch, am I not that dude? Like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have to worry about that no more. I got all three of their undivided attention and my dick in their mouth for 300. So the price I spent on you on one night for your ungrateful ass, I got 3 bitches in a week, and I'm going to do it again next week. So your tricking bill is like $1,200 a month in Thailand. That's not bad at all. And next month, I'm gonna just take one of them over to Singapore, and we're gonna have ourselves a good time. Then a month after that, I'm gonna take the other one to Vietnam. We're gonna have ourselves a good time. Then the next month, I'm gonna take another one out to Kuala Lumpur. We're gonna have ourselves a good time. Then the next month, I'm gonna take another one to Hong Kong. We're gonna have ourselves a good time. Then the next month, I'm gonna take another one to Taiwan, and we're gonna have ourselves a good time. And it's not gonna cost me nearly as much as having a girlfriend, a pouting, ungrateful, stank breath girlfriend in America who won't even cook you a meal. Like, look, you can do that for in Thailand. Like, look here, hey, I know you a hoe. Can you cook? What's some dishes you show me some dishes you've cooked before? I cooked this, I've cooked that. Okay, that looks good. Come over here. When you come over here, I want you to get naked. I got an apron. So like if the grease pops on your titties, the apron will block that. I want you to get naked and cook this meal here, right? I'm gonna fuck you. I'll send you on your way, and then I'm gonna eat the food. All right. You could do that all for like $50. They'll say, okay, where you live? where your condo? What train station you stay at? Share your location. That bitch will come over, tie her hair in a bun, get naked, put on that apron, cook. Then you fuck her on the bed, send her away, and eat your food. It's really like that out there. All for the low price of $45 to $50. Man. And look, how much and in America you pay all the bills. Car note, insurance, you got her the brand new Samsung Z Flip phone, right? With a case. You got her them earrings that she wanted, right? And that bitch will not cook for you at all. At all. But and even if she do, she's reluctant to do it, and she gonna keep her clothes on while she do it. Meanwhile, the Thai girl, she gonna get naked and cook for you. She gonna get naked, cook, and fuck and suck, and then you send her on her way. It's wild like that over there. Anyways, man, I'm gonna end this right here. You guys be safe. I'm gonna see you guys on. I don't have the link for Patreon, but just go to the previous live streams, look at the Patreon link, click that. I got another video for you guys tonight on Patreon. I'll see you guys over there on Patreon. All right. Have a good night. Peace.